Alright guys, welcome back to another electric scooter review, and today we're taking a look at a new guy from TurboAnt that just might be one of my favorite scooters I've ever been sent. Let me tell you why. So this is the TurboAnt M10 Pro. First, it's only 36.37 pounds compared to the average scooter in my garage, which is over 50 pounds. And the lightweight is due to a smaller battery and frame, but I found the lightweight paired well with the 350 watt motor, which makes for a perfect package for on the go. And here's the great thing about this, you get all of this for only $380. Now let's break down what this little scooter actually offers. Now you'll have to excuse the dirt. My family and I just got back from a huge camping trip where this thing was used pretty much constantly every single day, so it's quite a bit dusty. But as I mentioned before, you get a 350 watt motor and it's located right here in the front hub. You get a range of 30 miles or 48 kilometers. You get a max speed of 20 miles per hour or 32 kilometers. You get a max climbing angle of a 15% grade. But like with most of this performance stuff, that comes with an asterisk, and we'll talk about more of that when we get into the performance section. You get an electric brake and a disc brake. You get two power modes, one that goes up to 12 miles per hour and the second that goes up to 20 miles per hour. You get an LED display that shows speed, what mode you are in, and the battery level. You get a waterproof rating of IP54, which means it can withstand small splashes and puddles as well as rain, and thankfully dust. The frame is made of aluminum alloy. As far as the wheels go, they are 8.5 pneumatic air tires with an inner tube. You get a 1.5 LED white headlight on the front, which is pretty standard for these budget scooters, as well as two red tail lights both on the left and the right of the back that stay on the whole time that the lights are on. And of course, if you press the brakes, they will flash while you're slowing down, and when you let go of the brake, the flashing stops. And that's really important for when you're going through campgrounds or you have a car behind you or even other bikers on a bike path, because it's really hard to judge distance and speed by just looking at somebody. It folds up to just over 20 inches high by 44 inches long and feels very easy to carry around. It has a load capacity of 220 pounds, which puts me pretty close to the top at 190 pounds. As far as charging goes, it has a 10.4 amp hour battery that can be charged in 4 to 5 hours. And the charge port is located down over by the kickstand with a sealable plug. One feature that I haven't come across on any other scooter so far is you can charge this scooter via USB-C. This can be significant because it allows you to plug in and find charging locations almost anywhere you go. Now let's talk about performance. Like with any of these budget scooters, rider weight plays a huge role in performance. You don't really notice it on flat ground around town, but when you want to take off up a steep grade, that is where you really start to see the difference. I'll be honest with you though, when I first got on the scooter, my first thought was how peppy and playful the motor actually felt. Like I said, I'm 190 pounds, and it had no problem taking off when I pressed on the accelerator. However, as expected, when I started going up hills, you definitely feel the power pull back quite a bit. But to be totally honest, I didn't expect a 350 watt motor to perform as well as it did. Now on the contrary, with my kids on the scooter, the hills didn't make any difference. They were able to fly at pretty much anything they threw at it. As I mentioned, we just went on a long 5-day camping trip, and they used this scooter pretty much all day, every day. And they've ridden my other more powerful scooters, also a lot more expensive scooters, and they didn't have anything to complain about with this one. And the same can be said about the way it feels when you ride it. Now there is no suspension on this scooter, but the 8.5 inch air tires do a pretty good job removing the sharp bumps as you go over sidewalk gaps and small pebbles, roots, that sort of thing. So in conclusion, you can sum up this scooter with really just one phrase: tons of power and fun for a very small price. I think if you're looking for an inexpensive scooter that is lightweight and portable with plenty of range, this scooter is going to check all of those boxes. But who the scooter is not for is someone looking to go riding off-road. If you're a heavier weight person who's going to be going on a lot of hills, I would look for a scooter with at least a 750 watt motor. You will not be happy with this one. Alright guys, that's gonna wrap up this review video, but let me tell you what's coming up next, because I've never reviewed something like this before. And for those of you who are only here for Tesla content, sorry, you're gonna be disappointed, but I think this is really cool. Look at this. Check these things out. So we recently installed an above ground pool, and it's pretty big. It's almost 5,000 gallons of water. And I don't really feel like diving down 52 inches and cleaning the pool all the time. Luckily though, a company called Apier reached out to me on the channel and asked me to review two of their most popular robots. They sent out their Apier Scuba S1, which is their most recommended, most popular one, and then they have their more expensive, the Scuba S1 Pro, which we're gonna be testing out over the next 2 months. One of these videos will come out by the end of the month. I'm super excited to see what this technology is. I just can't believe we live in a world where stuff like this exists. And I've seen these in in-ground pools, but I've never seen someone use one in an above-ground pool like I have. So if you're into that kind of thing, make sure you stick around and check that video out. All right, guys, that's gonna wrap this one up. See you on the next one.